20 years, two strokes, two marathons, two Guinness World Record attempts. And here we are. Today is Thankful Thursday. It's also Throwback Thursday with Fiance Files with the one and only Sekou Wright and Fee King. Join us today. Check in, chat with us. We're talking about all things love, relationships, friendships, challenges, how we navigate our relationship. Let's go.
Hey, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Fiance Files. There's Fiance.
Good morning.
Good morning, good morning.
I'm the second half of Fiance Files.
Yes. And
Good morning, Sekou Wright.
good morning. So we've had an interesting day thus far.
And it's only 9:45.
Yeah.
Woo.
So I forgot completely that Fee's idea was to run to Trader Joe's today.
Yeah.
And I forgot. I was like, oh, I was take my time, stop by the club, doing things. And she was like, oh, we're going to the M Club. I was like, oh, wow.
We're going to...
Oh, going to Trader Joe's. Going to Trader Joe's. Yeah. Going to Trader Joe's.
We love Trader Joe's so much. Thank you, Trader Joe's.
Yeah, so we ran down to Trader Joe's.
Woo!
We ran down, and we stopped early. We stopped earlier than we usually stop.
Yes.
And we took a walk, and we saw lots of buildings that we hadn't seen before. Well, I hadn't seen before. I don't know what you, but I hadn't seen before.
No.
Yeah. So anyway, you would have thought that. Well, I think Fee was getting upset about the time, but I was saying to myself that thing that that Reverend Mel taught us about
time diet.
The time diet.
Yes.
Yeah. But what was I saying though?
That time doesn't exist outside of ourselves.
That's officially what it is, but that's not what I was thinking. I was thinking something along those lines. Thinking time is on my side. Time's on my side. Time's on my side. Time's on my side.
Yeah.
So we got to Trader Joe's and ran into a friend of mine.
Yeah.
And we spent the whole time talking to him.
I bet his supervisors are like, if you don't move this line along, he is so intentional and deliberate, patient. I mean, he's so engaged with Sekou. Like I was sharing with you, Sekou, this morning, that he is vested. He is really interested in, and I think inspired by the fact that Sekou has been running every day for 510 days now.
509. 509.
I was close.
Days.
I love how I keep track.
Yeah.
And so he was asking Sekou, what have you noticed that has changed in your life because you've been running every day?
Randomly. I mean, we're trying to buy groceries. My man's checking us out. We're trying to buy groceries. And I was like, what? And she asked me to repeat what he said. And I was like, I don't know what he just said.
Because he also wears a mask.
Yeah.
And he has this really beautiful, thick African accent. And then with the mask and then with all of the people, believe it or not, Trader Joe's is like packed and popping at 8 something in the morning. Is packed and popping. They don't even open until 8. And I'm like, you know what, Trader Joe's, this is such an incredible brand. So yeah, he was out. Oh, here we go.
I decided I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna play this right now. I'm gonna share this tab instead. So you guys recognize that. Well, I guess if you're not gonna use StreamYard, it doesn't matter. But for that,
I think we'll figure it out.
Add to stage. And this is the the run report.
Yes.
The run report that Fee King made on our way back from the
on our way to Trader Joe's.
On our way to, on our way through, on everything. And also, it's raining. It's raining now.
It's a full-fledged storm. It's not. It's a storm.
Yeah, it's a storm. And we got past it. We got past all of it. All right, so let me let you play this. Here he is. Here he is asking me all this questions. And I was like, what? Huh? What? But then he got to me. He got to my spaces. So I started talking about how we're going to get to so you'll see. Engaged.
And let us not.
Yeah.
Let us not fail to mention that he is a very talented and accomplished actor.
Yes.
And sometimes as an actor, as a creative, as an entrepreneur, as someone who is left brain, sometimes when the gigs, the opportunities aren't flowing, then you get to reassess. Right? That's Too Tight Tonya Jones' word about reassessing versus thinking you're in a crisis. And I love that while we've seen him, I just watched a movie that he was in.
Yeah, starring Gerard
Starring,
Butler.
like he had a big role in don't tell me, Machine Gun Preacher.
It's a huge movie. Huge movie.
Huge role.
Back in the day, it was a huge movie.
Great role.
Gerard Butler was the main star.
Yeah. And so it's always good to catch up with him when we go to Trader Joe's. Nice guy. We always have a great experience at Trader Joe's.
Yeah. And so I want to.
What did you want to?
What did I want to do? Oh, yeah. So Sophie does this thing where she does train reports or train messages or something. But anyway, I'm sitting there in a train station minding my own business, and she whips out her phone. It's like, tell me about. I don't know what it was.
I'm a filmmaker.
I don't know, but
I always want the money tip of the day. So we're calling this either Subway, social, or train station tips.
Anyway, so she got me, and so I was clearly not ready for this. You can see by my face. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? But anyway, this is what she did today. So this is after we've done everything. We're on our way home now, right? So let's see what this is, and here we go. Pay yourself first, because everyone gets that. Everyone gets that wisdom. Nobody does it. Everybody gets the wisdom. You should pay yourself first. But nobody does it. Nobody does it. Everyone thinks,
I'll do it later. I'll do it when I get more money.
People don't even think it's possible. Well, because I didn't think it was possible. Because when I was told to pay myself first, I thought, I'll do that when I get some money. I'll do that when I get some money, not I'll do that now. And what I realized is you got to do it now. You got to do it right now. Yeah. So first, everyone gets that. Everyone gets that wisdom. Nobody. Yeah, and so that's interesting. That's what came up for me, and it's top of mind because it's so important to you and to us that you got to pay yourself first. You got to pay yourself first, because if you don't, all of it's a wash. All of it's a wash. Now that's a little bit strong, but I'm telling you, I had once more. I had a big $200,000 a year salary. I wasn't putting up any of that. But then I started putting stuff up through DoorDash. I started putting up DoorDash. And it was hard with DoorDash. It was hard. It was hard because I have a check to be $50, right? And I'll be like, oh, I gotta pay myself. What's that? $5.
10% of $5.50 is $5.
Yeah, $5. Yeah, $5. Yeah. So I had to put that $5 away, and I was like, I'm gonna need that money. I'm gonna need that money. But I swear to you, once I put it away in a different account in a different place, it was gone, and I would do everything I could do if I traded my money first. If I traded it first.
Traded your money first?
If I traded the money first. If I took that 10% out first, it would be fine. But if I waited even one day, even if I waited even one day, it would be gone.
Spend it, yeah.
It would be gone.
And when you said that this morning, I was sharing with Sekou. Sometimes we need to hear a theme numerous times and from numerous people before the light switch clicks on. Because he's been sharing this with me, I do it, but not consistently. I find as an entrepreneur, depending upon the flow of your revenue, the influx of money coming in, it makes it even more challenging to create a habit because you might not be getting a check every week, every 2 weeks, every day. But it's a muscle that you get to discipline. I'm re-inspired and reignited because there was a time when I would buy a coffee. Every time I would buy a coffee, so if I bought a coffee twice a day, I would transfer $1, and then it grew to $1.50.
Whatever. Drink that coffee.
You don't need to be telling all my business on social media, sir. You don't need to be telling all my business on social media.
Drink that coffee, but go ahead.
Sir, anyway, yes, I was drinking that coffee.
Okay.
My lifestyle dictated a lot of caffeine, sure. And so I would transfer as little as $1 from my business checking account into my Robinhood. And then I would transfer once a month monies from my business checking or any account that I had into my Acorn. And I was telling Sekou, I said, I never missed the $25 that I was transferring monthly from my account into Acorns. I said, I feel like I could have been transferring more. And so now my goal is to transfer even more and live off even less. It is look out.
Yeah, I saw the lightning.
You saw the lightning?
You see the lightning? What?
I mean, we literally just got in.
We just got in.
19 minutes ago.
What?
I mean, first of all.
Can't even see the buildings outside.
When it rains in New York City, it makes me feel like we're in Paris. I absolutely love the rain. I love how it feels. I love how it smells. I love how even when people are watering down the sidewalk because there's so much poop on the sidewalk, I'm like, oh, it's so romantic. It looks like we're in Paris, and
oh, wow.
I cannot wait to go out there today. And it also cools it off. Shout out to New York City storms. All right, so I have a question for you. Okay. Well, I want to share something with you. You don't know about this, but I shared it on social media. Something incredible happened for me this past weekend.
Okay.
Sekou and I got to spend time with his friend. He has a female friend who is a friend, and she's also a neighbor. She lives down the street. Mm-hmm. My friend Bobby, who I met in St. Thomas, came in town. Mm-hmm. Bobby and I have not seen one another in person since we met, which was in 2018. Bobby and Sekou had never met. Right. They just kind of know one another through social media. My friend Lamise, who Sekou has never met, came into town. We got to spend time with each of them. I was like, this is amazing. What I got from that, Sekou, is when people are in committed relationships, whether they are boyfriend, girlfriend, living together, engaged, married, does your partner, so your partner is a woman, that would be me speaking, does your partner become friends with your female friends? Does your partner become friends with your female friend? And then if you're a woman, does your partner, my partner is a man, become friends with my male friends? It can be tricky. It can get tricky. And what I got from us experiencing one another is The answer for us is yes. I've always been really curious as to when a man that you're dating or with has female friends that you know nothing about, you've never met her, and they have their own relationship and world because they were friends before you came into the picture. What I love about us, Sekou, is that your friends are becoming my friends very organically, and it's very authentic. But it doesn't have to be, because say his friend, he has a friend named Saw, and I just like her. just But it would be okay if I didn't like her. Like if we just weren't vibrating, anywhere near one another, if we just didn't have anything in common, similar interests, it would be fine. I'm grateful that we do. His other best friend is a woman, Rev Melissa, is dope. And I was just like, I love this because as a couple, if I have men friends, my men friends should know that I have a fiance. It shouldn't be like 3-4 years in, we're married. They're like, oh, wow, I didn't even, when'd you get married? I'm like, And so I was thinking about that, how we spent time with Bobby. And it would have been weird if Bobby, my friend, came into town, who's a married man. I know his wife. It would have been weird if Bobby came into town and I hung out with Bobby and left my fiance at home. So I want to know how people who are cohabitating in relationships, how you handle having male friends and female friends.
For me?
Yeah, for you.
Well, for me, yeah, it's a non-issue. It's a non-issue for me. So, yeah, you should meet my friends. I should meet your friends. That's it for me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you meet my friends, I meet your friends. That's the bottom line. I know I have a lot of female friends.
A lot.
Yeah. But I have not been as outgoing as I have been before the stroke. Like in this post-stroke life, I've been very cautious about reaching out to people. And Sa, thank God for Sa, because she was here, and she kept texting me. She kept texting me. Now, the way my memory has been working has been when someone has introduced me, my memories about that person come back. But if someone has not introduced themselves to me, I'm just like, my mind is doing its own thing. I'm not reaching backwards. So she kept pinging me. I was like, who is this chick? Who is such a? And I finally hit her back. Sorry, Sarah. I finally hit her back, and she was there because she's dealt with her father who had a stroke, and so she knew how to get with me, how to do things, and I thought, what a great friend to have, because she's able to manipulate me in a certain way that I can have her around. And so I'm glad that you guys met and are enjoying each other's company. Because she's a great friend.
I think for me, it's easy. My personality, I'm not a jealous person. Of course, you can have insecurities and jealous moments, but typically, even with friends, I've never been the type of person where I only have one friend, and if my friends have other friends, I'm feeling some sort of way. No, because I feel like there's enough for all of us. One of the things that I've noticed about you, even before we were in a relationship, is that you're a really good friend to all of your friends. And so I don't see male, female. I just see friends. And you show up for your friends, and you're very much so like me, because I show up for my guy friends. I show up for my female, because they're friends. And I know that when people are secure in their relationships and secure in themselves, it is a non-issue. I just want to thank you, though, for making it really comfortable, because sometimes you only have a previous experience to gauge what could potentially happen in the present. And my goal is to not bring the past here. Does that make sense?
Not bring the present here?
Well,
past here?
You only have, so here's an example. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't stick my hand over the fire on the oven because I've done that before and I know that it burns.
Okay.
Right? And so sometimes if you reach back for a past experience where you were burned, if you bring it into the present, then you're gauging your relationship off of something that happened with someone else at a different time. Mm-hmm. And I'm constantly mindful of that because this allows me to be me and to be free. And who I am is a woman who has all kinds of friends. I have LGBTQ friends. I have male friends, Caucasian friends. I have all kinds of friends. And I love that I get to maintain my friendships and then introduce you to my new friends mm-hmm. who you don't know mm-hmm. without feeling like, oh, he's going to think something's going on or he's going to be insecure because, we've all had previous experiences. I've even had experiences with girlfriends who wanted me all to themselves. Mm. And I'm like, oh no, oh no. And I think Fatima West, I don't know if she's listening, but Fatima West can probably relate to this because she has a lot of friends and she loves a lot of people. And imagine if I came into her life and I'm like, why are you still hanging out with all these people? Like, I'm your friend. And I am her friend and she's her friend and she's her friend. So I don't know if I'm making sense.
Yeah, I think so. But in terms of me, I am developing memories in the now. Like since the stroke, I've been joking about this, but I've been like almost 2 years old because that's when I had the stroke. So I'm just now like finding memories. And so my reaching back as you were talking about the handle, like I'm not doing that because I can't because my past is now. My now is the people that I'm meeting now. Like I mentioned, like Sal kept on pinging me. I just got another text from someone who's pinging me, but they're like coming after me, right? Ooh. Like coming after me, like no, coming after me, like hey, you okay? Hey, you okay? Hey, you okay? And so those people are the people that I'm reaching out to. But other than that, like I don't really have any
attachments
that I'm bringing back from here to here.
Ooh,
Ooh.
Yeah. Ooh, that is so powerful, Sekou. And that makes sense. So we walk and mainly run everywhere. Yeah. Everywhere. While we're out, first of all, New York City, as you know, it's massive. I mean, it's heavily
small. It's small, but it's dense. It's so dense.
Yeah. But it's small. I would have never thought I would run into people that I know ever, let alone.
You have been meeting lots of people. I don't know how you do it, but you've been meeting lots of people.
So we were either leaving or heading to Trader Joe's. Mm. We're just walking. This woman is walking towards us with like what you put groceries in. For a second, I thought maybe she was an unhoused person because she was staring at us. And then I thought, oh, she's looking because we had our Hero Stroke Awareness Month hoodies. I don't have mine on. He has his on. Mm-hmm. And so I thought, oh, she's acknowledging our hoodies. And then she said, Sekou? And Sekou was like, oh, hi. And we could tell she was in a hurry. So she said, hi. They had a 20-second exchange. She moved on. We kept walking. And he said, I think she knows me. I said, she said your name. He said, but I don't know where I know her from. And had they spent more time together in that moment, his memory would have been jogged. And so that makes sense to me. That makes so much sense because we run into quite a few people who he doesn't recognize at first. And then later on, it'll come back. He's like, oh, I know that person,
That reminds me, I was walking home and I was doing it the long way. I was doing it the hard way because I'm trying to get my body acclimated, right? And so I got this place where I was like feeling. I was like, okay, I need to sit down. I need to get to the benches across the street. And I ran into this woman, and she called my name, and I was like, "Hi," you know.
Did you do it like that?
I think I did. I think my face was blank, but she had to explain who she was, and I was like, "Oh my goodness, she's a friend from college," and just then, like after we exchanged, after she texted me, she got home, she got home safe. You know, she was traveling here. She was from Baltimore.
Okay.
And so she was, and then all the memories about that person started coming to fruition. Now I realize now that I've got to do better with I got to do better with that. I think I've been better with that in my regular personality. But hey, how you doing? I got to play it off because I've been hurting people's feelings.
Face is like,
yeah, like what? Yeah. So I've got to play it off a little better.
Oh.
But I got connected with her, and she connected me with someone else, and I was like, oh, and now I'm remembering all these things. But I tell you, I need for it to happen like that. I need to happen for it to happen slowly, because the number of memories that you have in a lifetime, apparently my lifetime, has been so much. There's been so much that I've done that I don't really recognize. And so I need for it to happen slow, because if I don't, it's like all the activities at once come to wrestle with me, like like constant memories. Because mind you, you met somebody in college, you remember, like, hey, how you doing? But your memories are in sequence, right? They're sequence, but mine aren't. And so I got to come with all these memories, like all the memories like that.
Every time you do that, I see a movie. I see a TV show, a movie that this character, when this happens, he sees someone who knows him, he doesn't know them, he doesn't recognize them, and his brain is processing, and it's doing that.
Yes, that's what's happening. And but what you can see is just me like this.
Yeah, looking like a yes,
right.
And so because I see life in segments, in scenes, action, cut. That is how I see life.
Yeah.
As we're out and about walking, I see us happening upon a woman who he was in a relationship with. He has no idea. She knows him, and she and I become friends. Like we create this whole new world. And then at some point, this is a movie, you guys. And then at some point, she reveals, or it's revealed, right, that they were in not just a relationship, but a very serious relationship. Because I see things in scenes, in segments, in action cut, and it's a wrap. And I keep seeing that because I think it would be an interesting story, but I also think it would be funny. Like we see the guy, his brains.
I don't know. I don't know about
Fatima,
that.
what do you think?
But said better facial expressions. Control your face.
Okay,
that's funny. I will do that. I'll do better.
Do better, sir.
And here she's saying she agrees with you. She's like, it's like a movie. Yeah, it's like a movie.
It is so like a movie. And I choose to look at it that way because sometimes it can be frustrating for me when we're having a conversation and he'll ask me, oh, what do you mean? And I'm thinking, so I got to control my facial expressions too, because do you notice when I do that? And I'm just
I'm for real asking them. I'm for real asking, like I'm a 2-year-old.
Yes!
I'm less than a 2-year-old. I'm like trying to figure things out. I'm like, well, what do you mean by that?
I mean, it's so sweet and innocent, but I'm like, what do you mean? What do I mean? And sometimes I catch myself and sometimes I don't. And then I feel bad because I'm like, Because for a while, I thought you were being funny. I was like, why is he doing that? And then I realized he's not being funny.
He's not being funny. He's for real asking. He's for real asking, like, huh? Yeah. How's that work?
Yeah, and I'm like, what? And so on some level, every day, we're getting to know one another.
Yeah.
I'm just grateful that you know who I am. You do know who I am, right?
Yes, I do.
Sure?
And let me just say for brief reference, well, I know we're out of time, but I just got to say this. Your girl did so well with me forgetting her name. That was so good because I couldn't get the synapses right. And so I still call her by her full name, King, because I'm trying to melt it into my mind. But I was calling her different names and she was laughing. She was laughing with it. I was like, oh man, that must be so bad, but I'm so glad she made it through.
Oh, I'm glad I made it through too. I made it through a proposal. I accepted, even though he was calling me different women's names.
And on that note, we'll see you guys later.
Peace.
All right.